Well, speaking of cube-shaped things, Box shares are jumping about 9% today after reporting a beat on the top and bottom lines. The cloud storage company also boosted its revenue outlook and said its AI investments and acquisitions have expanded market opportunities. Our Deidre Bosa here with Box CEO Aaron Levie for today's Tech Check. Dee?
John, thank you. I should note as well that Box shares are up more than 20% on the year. So a SaaS, a cloud company that is doing well in this age of AI. Aaron, thanks so much for being with us today. I want to first touch on those latest earnings, and I wonder if you can quantify the impact of your AI offerings on revenue. For example, how much percentage of your billings comes from some of those products?
Yeah, well, I was hoping to more spend time comparing us to Legos, but that's fine. We had a great Q2. We're seeing a lot of demand for Box AI. We made a strategic decision to really see AI as a core part of our overall platform and this idea of offering intelligent content management to customers. So we have Box AI included in our highest tier plan, and it is accelerating the upgrades that we're seeing into that high tier plan. So in Q2, we really saw great performance on the Enterprise Plus plan, as well as our large deal segment. So any customers coming in at above $100,000 or more, and that's really being driven and catalyzed by AI, which is already on top of the core differentiators we have around data security and having an open platform, unlimited storage, and much more.
Right, your billings were up about 10% in the quarter year over year. Can you say how much of that is due to those new Gen AI offerings?
Well, because AI is included in our high tier plan, that's really baked into any customer that is upgrading to that new plan level. But I would say that AI is the biggest new addition to that plan that we've had in the past couple of years. So you can imagine a meaningful portion of that acceleration and demand is being driven by this idea that customers want to be able to bring intelligence to their data and their content. So being able to ask all of your content questions, automate any workflow, better secure your information or classify it. These are all the use cases that now you can do with content plus AI.
Got it. So, Aaron, I'm sure you know that Nvidia is reporting after the bell today, and you have a collaboration with the company. And I just wonder if you could explain to our audience how its integration in your business model and its GPU technology impacts Box's offerings and what you see from that going forward.
Yeah, so we do use some of NVIDIA's software technology in our stack, and we've pursued some efforts working with them on that. But then probably more significantly, NVIDIA's technology is really underpinning the core AI models that we leverage with Box AI. So anytime you ask a document a question or automate a workflow in Box using AI, somewhere in that workflow, we are most likely using and touching an NVIDIA GPU. So for us, the ability for NVIDIA to ship GPUs at the lowest possible rate to the most amount of data centers in the largest volume is one of the biggest drivers in bringing down AI pricing over time and making AI much more ubiquitous and able to solve a broader set of use cases. So, kind of almost by definition, the more GPUs that are being sold, thus the more capacity that is being built out, and thus the more AI offerings we're able to supply to our customers. And I think that's true generally of the software ecosystem right now, where there's a tremendous amount of demand for having software that is much more intelligent, and we're a little bit downstream of and dependent on the NVIDIA and GPU capacity that's built out in the world.
Hey, Aaron, got a strategy question for you in a way when it comes to the technology. So this morning I was talking with Dr. Shiv Rao, the founder, CEO of Bridge. I've also talked to, say, Robin AI. And these are companies that are doing AI, very content-based for legal, for medical. All of this is really enterprise data that's specialized. What's Box's play in those kinds of arenas, like legal, like medical, perhaps even like financial, where by mining these huge stores of data, your customers can perhaps get a better product experience?
Yeah, so we have a little bit of a two-part strategy. So on one hand, we actually want to plug into any AI software company that is doing interesting things with content. So if there's a legal workflow or a medical workflow or life sciences workflow, we want our intelligent content management platform to be plugged into those software products. And this is why we've always had an open platform, and we always support the broader ecosystem. At the same time, there's native experiences within Box where we can provide more verticalized or tailored solutions that AI is really accelerating the ability to go and create. So you can imagine a future scenario where within the Box environment, you might have AI agents that are doing work on your behalf that would obviously take on a bit of a vertical or line of business lens. So have a legal agent review a contract and provide information about the risky clauses in that contract, or have an invoice processing agent review an invoice and automate the workflow around that. So right now we're building many of the kind of core capabilities both in our AI platform as well as the scaffolding functionality to support these use cases. We actually made an acquisition just in August of a team in technology that focuses on processing documents with AI to extract the kind of key elements of those documents so you can automate a workflow. So you're going to see us enter into many of these kind of vertical or line of business spaces as a horizontal platform, and we'll bring along a broad partner ecosystem to make that happen.
So is the more important, relatively speaking, investment now in those smaller, best-of-breed AI players and building out a go-to-market with them, or the larger hyperscalers who are, in some cases, being challenged by those smaller names?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of want to have our cake and eat it too. So we really think about Box as an open platform to work with both the leading AI model providers, so, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, IBM, in some future point, Meta and others, where we bring in their technology into Box to make Box more powerful with AI. And we want to work with a broad ecosystem of either startups or system integrators or other software companies to combine their technology with Box to make it more powerful in this new era of how we're going to work differently with AI. One great example of that, we made an updated partnership with Slack just this summer, where within Slack you can talk to Box AI, and that's really combining forces with another software company to bring a new form of intelligence to your data from wherever you're working.
Aaron, I want to talk AI safety regulation because you've been quite vocal on this California bill. I believe you're in opposition of it, is that right? On the grounds that it could taper progress. And I wonder, what is the right way to regulate AI, if at all?
Yeah, so I should first state that I think the folks leading the drive on the bill are well-intentioned and obviously deep believers in the views they have around AI safety. I think it's super important as a topic, and that it's well-researched and well-funded, and even in some cases where we're debating the specific laws that should be enacted. I think there's a couple challenges at this stage. Firstly, I think having state-by-state legislation and bills is probably a bad idea. We've seen other categories where you have patchwork solutions on regulatory compliance, and it really slows down innovation because depending on what states you're operating in, the rules are different, and it's very hard to have a countrywide than global policy.
But are you optimistic? I think everyone would agree with you there, but are you optimistic that this can happen at a federal level? That is one of Senator Wiener's concerns, is that the federal just won't be able to do it, won't be able to get their act together.
Well, that's a separate issue because I don't actually agree with some of the core elements of the bill at this stage. So first of all, I don't think you should have a patchwork solution, and then second of all, I think it's a little bit of, to me, we're a little bit early in regulating the underlying model training and the model developers at this stage. I think we are still probably an order of magnitude or 2 orders of magnitude away from AI really being able to deliver on many of the promises that we want in the workplace or in education or in healthcare. And we should ensure that we can rapidly continue to innovate in AI to deliver those outcomes. So right now, my instinct is a little bit more on regulating the applications of AI. So if you have issues on deep fakes in elections, for instance, or copyright violations, I think that's a very important area to look at AI. We already have many laws around safety of a variety of industries and applications, self-driving cars, the FDA with medical devices. So I'd rather see more orientation toward how do we regulate the use of AI in the application layer.
Right.
I do think that there is a point where AI models themselves we will need to regulate, but I'm a little bit concerned that we're a little early in the cycle right now on that front.
Well, Aaron, it is always great to get your views on these broader topics and on Box itself. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.